How's everybody doing? My name is Kurt Friedrich, and welcome to the eighth episode of TNT Stocks. Today's actual date is May 3rd, 2025, and the simulated date is August 1st of 2025. Criteria for these videos are we post one video per week. We'll simulate 1 month. I will create videos when available at home, not while traveling on Army Reserve duty or vacations. Any week with a missed video will not be considered a simulated month. So basically, if I'm not around to do a video, then that week does not count as another month. So if I'm out next weekend, I would not be skipping August and going, or not be skipping September and going into October. We would just pick up in September. Each video will simulate loading $100 to the TNT Stocks account. Stocks will be under a live 1 month probation time unless a selling exception is made. All stocks bought or sold in the simulation are actual companies with their actual end of week closing stock prices. So basically, when stocks close on Friday, that's when that's where I crunch my numbers from. This month we bought 3 stocks at a price range of $2 to $30. So let us see what $100 per video would look like over time. Disclaimer, these videos are for entertainment purposes only. I am not qualified or certified to give professional investment advice. Day trading has high risks involved. Any gain or loss is at a personal risk. Past performances do not guarantee success in future stock purchases. It is highly recommended that you do your own due diligence when it comes to deciding which stocks you will purchase. And here we look for this month, month of August, this week's video, or the month of August, if it were the month of August. So basically, my big takeaway here is now that we are in episode 8 months into it, it seems like the progression of things is we are basically just building our portfolio. In some of the recent episodes, we did sell some stocks. That mainly happened while I was gone for 4 weeks for Army Reserves, and there was some big movement in the market. But otherwise, since coming back, it's pretty much been status quo. As you can see, we have 4 on April 4th, or excuse me, 3 on April 4th, 3 on April 11th, 3 on April 25th, and 3 last Friday, yesterday, May 2nd. So, yeah, it just seems like we are building our portfolio. So ones we purchased this past week would be Select Medical Holdings Corporation at $2. I'm sorry, 2 shares at $14.26. Atlas USA Incorporated, 12 shares at $2.47. And TK Corporation Limited, $3 at $7.60. Our top money maker right now is Next Decade Corporation. So far, they have, if we sold them on Friday, we would have earned $27.58 with an increase of about 35%. Our highest money loser, let's see, I got the wrong one. I'm sorry about this. I have the wrong one highlighted here. Looks like I looked at the percentage. So sorry about that. I've highlighted based off the percentage. It was supposed to be highlighted based off of price. So it is Teladoc Health. If we sold it last Friday, we would have had a loss of $17.67 with a 40, we'll call it 45.5% loss. And as you see, these were all, if you look at these percentages, these were all before March when this market really dropped. If you look at when we came back, you see an increase in some of these are doing pretty well. Some of them are not. As you see here, Some of them are doing pretty well, as you see with Next and SBEV. So the market is kind of starting to climb back up as that alludes, and we'll see that. I believe that's on the next slide with our. Oh, let me just point out one more thing. This number here, if we were to have sold everything right now, we would have an overall loss of $40.14. And that is illustrated in this next slide here with this graph, where we are in July, and that's where we are now with our over and under. But you see, again, in March, we took a deep dive, came back in April, and we were down to $90 in the hole. And we've been slowly, over the last few weeks or months, we've been creeping back up, going in the right direction. So it'll be interesting to see over the next few simulated months how much we are moving in the right direction. Income stayed the same at negative $8.65, basically because we didn't sell anything last month, last simulated month. I'm just going to say last month. I'm not going to keep repeating simulated. Take home also remained the same at 83 cents due to no sales last month. And our total amount invested, so what all we have in the per share is $756.85. And our overall amount in our portfolio, $792.18. And this is just basically a combined report of the over-under, our combined one slide of the over-under, the income, and take-home, so you can kind of see how those three look all together. And then lastly, the last graph is a second combined slide of the invested in total, and you see how those are mirroring each other as we move forward. And then this is just the first slide showing like this is kind of supposed to also be illustrating what we've sold and to point out what we have sold, and then this one would be how we look. But again, since we didn't sell anything, this is basically just a duplicated slide showing the same thing. So yeah, nothing really too interesting or cool to highlight or point out in this video, other than the fact that we are moving in the right direction in our over-under. I'm really happy to see that, and it's really interesting to see how that is progressing and moving in the right direction. I would say that over the past week, that needle was moving in the wrong direction, and then right at the end of the week, it finally started moving, swung back into the other direction, going in the right way. So that was pretty cool to see, and I'm really interested to see what happens next week with the stocks that we just purchased. Is Next going to continue to grow, or is that going to come down? Is MXC, is it going to, or I'm sorry, again, this slide has an arrow on it, TDOC, is it going to continue to fall, or is it going to move back in the right direction? A lot of those stocks that were purchased before April, we are in a position where we are riding the wave. We're on the down or on the bottom end of that wave, and hoping that it moves up. Some of the other stocks, though, I will say they are in position to sell. We're just waiting to see what happens. Obviously, Next is one that is going to make us some money if it does sell. SBEV is still under a probation period of time, but we don't want to sell Next yet. We want it to keep going. We want it to keep going up. So while we're here to show some income, let's keep hoping that Next keeps going up and these other stocks keep going up and this portfolio grows before we actually start selling them. So that's all I got for this video. If you don't mind, or we would like for you to like, comment, rate, share, and subscribe, all of the above. And we look forward to seeing you on the next week's video with the updates. And until then, you all take it easy and good hunting with your stocks.